All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event for tomorrow. This fight is scheduled for 12 3-minute rounds. It is for the vacant IBF World Lightweight title. Introducing first, making his way to the scale, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is ferocious George Kambosos Jr.
I don't have nothing else to say. I'm ready for a fight. I'm ready for a war tomorrow. And Lomachenko, bring it on. I'm here. I'm ready.
Just have a look around at the support that you've got here in Perth, the support you have in Australia. How does that feel to you?
It's everything. It gives me everything, and I appreciate it so much. So this is one bit, but tomorrow in that beautiful RSC arena, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. Bring it on. Sold out. Sold out. Kambosos does it again. Sells out.
Tell the people here what's going to happen in this fight. What are they going to see at that sold-out venue tomorrow?
Victory. I ain't got nothing else to say. Victory. See you all tomorrow.
George Kambosos.
And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner tomorrow, this is the Matrix, Vasyl Lomachenko! 20 professional fights with 17 wins, 3 losses, 11 big wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Akhaman in the Ukraine, residing in Oxnard, California. He has the most legendary amateur record of all times, ladies and gentlemen, with 396 wins and 1 loss. And that 1 loss was avenged twice. 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 2-time gold medalist in the boxing world champs. He is one-of-a-kind, generational fighter.
And he's keeping us weight. Vasyl Lomachenko still making his way here towards the scales. So we do wait for the second of our main event fighters, ladies and gentlemen, here in the venue at Crown in Perth, ahead of this huge fight day tomorrow. He's going to join us, we hear, in 30 seconds. So Vasyl Lomachenko making his way towards the scales. George, do you want to give us your thoughts on this delay?
I've got nothing else to say. I'm here. I'm a true professional.
And now we wait for Vasyl Lomachenko.
20 seconds.
put your hands together for the Matrix, Vasyl Lomachenko!
Where have you been? We've been waiting for you.
Sorry, but I don't know. It's too early.
Did you sleep in?
No, I just sit in my room. That's it, and waiting for 10 hours.
So no problems making the weight here today?
No, not for me.
Have a look around. You've been in some big venues, but people here are very excited about this fight, aren't they? How does it feel to you?
No, I feel great. I'm very appreciated for all people who come to support us.
And can you give us your final thoughts and your prediction for what happens in this fight tomorrow?
It will be a historical fight. It will be a very, very interesting fight for fans.
Vasyl Lomachenko will face him off now.
What's going on, guys? I just don't care for this fight. I've been trying all week to get hype. I've been trying. Big J's there, by the way. He's been there all week. So, of course, we're going to be here tomorrow night covering the card. I'm interested in Nina Hughes versus Cherneka Johnson. For some reason, I still got a sick passion for seeing Lucas Browne fights. Looking forward to Andrew Moloney take on Pedro Guevara. He had to get butt-ass naked to make weight, Guevara. But I just don't care. I've been trying. I've been really trying. It's for the IBF title, 135 pounds, and the IBO. But let's be honest. Only Australians care about the IBO. Big J loves talking about that fucking IBO belt. Like, I do not give a shit about that IBO belt. I just don't care. The winner is supposed to take on the winner of Shakur Stevenson's next fight versus Arthur. I'm going to butcher his name. Anyway, Shakur Stevenson, WBC champion, returns July the 6th. The winner of this fight is supposed to take on that winner. You also have Emmanuel Navarrete taking on Denise Baranchek next week on Top Rank on ESPN. Remember, also Fury Usyk is next week, but that's a midday card for us here in the States because it's over in Saudi Arabia. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. According to Big J, the buzz there, it's a very somber, like this is an event for Australians. But as I've been like really researching, nobody here in the States seems to care. It's like, oh yeah, Loma's returning. All right, that's what's up. Remember, he's near a 1 year. Next week will be a 1 year layoff since he fought Devin Haney last May. Doesn't it seem like that was not that long ago? That was a year ago. Loma's been gone since then. The last time we seen him, the ESPN pay-per-view broadcast was closing out with him in ultimate despair, crying his ass off. So the question is at 36, he just turned 36 back in February. He has shown some signs of slowing down, but he still should have no issues with George Kambosos. Do you think that Devin Haney took the soul of Vasyl Lomachenko? Because he was devastated. He was devastated. You know what I don't like? I don't like that people like to try to force their opinions on other people. You'll never hear me argue with you about ever, not once in the history since I've been on YouTube have I told somebody they were wrong. Like if somebody says, oh, I thought such and such won, I'm like, no, you're wrong, this person won. I don't do that. I think that Devin Haney edged Lomachenko. I think that Lomachenko let him off the hook, especially that last round. But that's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. If you think that Lomachenko won, you're entitled to that. That's fine. But don't come over here talking shit to me. Oh, TstreeT, you know better. Oh, you just taking up for your soul, brother. You know all the dumb shit I done heard. Just like with Teofimo, with that old ass internet. All that, he's downloading the data. All that bullshit, Joe Tessitore. He started too late with Teofimo. Injury or not. One thing about George Kambosos, though, is all of his big wins, he could have lost. Like when you look at the cards, he'd just be barely squeaking them out. Mickey Bay, split decision. Lee Selby, split decision. Teofimo, split decision. Maxie Hughes, majority decision. Devin Haney, both shutouts. He could be 0-6 in his last 6 fights if the cards weren't on his side. And regarding Lomachenko, you know, he just like, you know, no matter how good he is, no matter how great of a fighter he is, he still, you know, has issues like when it comes to his big fights. Yeah, okay, Rigondeaux. Okay, Gary Russell. Orlando Salido, I thought that he won that fight. Orlando Salido gave him a hazing. Came in overweight. Said, fuck you. Tried to castrate Lomachenko. Orlando Salido was really, like, he was really pissed off. He felt really disrespected that Lomachenko was getting a shot at his title. He pretty much gave him the belt at the weigh-in. I remember that. But remember, Loma's 36 years old now. Now, I don't feel that in this day and age of modern medicine and technology and sports, 36 is not old like it used to be 10, 15 years ago. 10 years ago, really. You know, you're in the end of your prime, yes. But, you know, you're not old. You're not washed. And Lomachenko is a special talent. But do I think that George Ferocious Kambosos can do anything? And mind you, from what we've been seeing, by the way, can I tell you something? I've been wanting to eat some kangaroo meat. For some reason, I just been like, you know what? I wonder what a fucking kangaroo tastes. Don't this look good? That's kangaroo. Don't that look good? Any of my Aussies in here? You ever had roo meat? I want some of that. So we got a pretty jam-packed show here today. Let's go back and recap the weigh-in for the main fights. We're going to talk about Boots Ennis taking on Cody Crowley. That was a pretty interesting press conference. You had some asshole. And by the way, the press conference was in Philly. I couldn't make it because my father had a doctor's appointment. But I am going to the fight. It took place in Philly in the Wells Fargo Center where the Sixers play. It was open to the public, but not many people showed up. It was a little bit last minute. And also it's a Friday morning. I mean, Friday afternoon, you know, people got to work and shit. You had some jackass in the crowd told Cody Crowley to go hang himself. And, you know, Cody Crowley had some issues with mental health and suicidal thoughts. He talked about that in the post-fight of his last fight. So we're going to talk about that. Look, for some reason, I cannot stay away from, why can't I quit you, Lucas Browne? Don't you know I watch, like, I'm a degenerate boxing fan like that. I watch every Lucas Browne fight since he won the belt from Ruslan Chagayev. You know, he popped dirty. I just can't quit this man. 272, 1 point. Wait, let's listen in.
123.5 kilograms.
Actually, you know what? No, I can't because the music's going to be too loud. But yeah, I'm going to be watching this fight. Somebody go get knocked the hell out. Lucas Browne is 45 years old, by the way. You got Andrew Moloney taking on Pedro Guevara. They're going to weigh in next. That's for the WBC bantamweight. What title was that on the line? Let me check real quick. WBC Superfly. I'm tripping. Super flyweight title. Those Maloneys, one thing they can't say is they've been getting title shots. You know, Top Rank been promoting them. They can't say they haven't been promoted. They've been getting main events, title shots on big cards. You know, they can't say. Y'all spot Big J in there somewhere? I don't see him. So, of course, I got Lomachenko. Unless he gets super old overnight and Devin Haney has his soul, I got Loma. Do I think Kambosos is going to beat Jermaine Ortiz? No, bro. Listen. Kambosos had that big win over Teofimo Lopez. But let's be honest, I'm not trying to take anything away from it, but we got to talk about it. Teofimo was having some issues, right? I forgot what his injury was, with his esophagus or something. Yes, Kambosos won, but here's the thing. I was never high on Kambosos. Great bloke. We've interviewed him multiple times on the channel. But he just doesn't know who he's supposed to be. He should be ferocious. He's supposed to be a pressure fighter. He goes out there trying to box, and then look what happens to him. And one thing about Loma is, after all of his defeats, he comes back and starts putting boots to asses. By the way, he's going to have to get butt-ass naked. He weighed in at 115.7, so he got to take his drawers off. Be careful, bro.
52.5 in kilograms.
Let's turn it up.
I think you can take that off, but I don't think anybody wants to see that. We'll get a towel.
You have Jessica McCoskill taking on Lauren Price. That's a midday card here in the States from the UK. That's going to be on Peacock here in the States. Peacock is an excellent deal. You get WWE movies, boxing, all for $2 a month. I pay $2 a month for Peacock. DAZN is $27 a month, bro. I just be seeing that shit, I just be looking like, man, motherfuckers. So as I said, I'm trying to get hype for this card. I'm trying. But I mean, one thing is, the storyline is whoever loses, is going to have some significant issues. Loma, if he loses, he's in, people go, oh, he going to get crucified. He going to get slaughtered on social media if Loma loses. Kambosos, they're going to be like, yeah, okay. Go down to the mid card.
114.95 for Guevara. 53.14 kilograms. He's in. 52.14.
Yeah, I got Peacock on a Black Friday deal. It's normally $6 a month, but I got it for $2.
Pedro.
You sign up for a year. I think it was $20 actually. I forgot.
Very heavy underwear, it seems.
Oh yeah, of course. I need to do it, so we make the weight and we're ready for tomorrow. Thank you so much. Viva México and Australia.
And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, who will be fighting out of the red corner tomorrow. Give it up for Andrew!
My man Hennessy be hype. Anyway, I had to mute it because of the music. My bad. But yeah, I'm interested. By the way, if you don't know or remember, Jason lost his belt in Japan on the Inoue Neri card.
114.55!
114.5 for Moloney. But yeah, if I go to Australia, I'm gonna get there one day. I already got great seafood, but I want some of this roux meat. Look at that. Look at that kangaroo steak. That shit don't look good. This kangaroo. Too bad I can't get it imported.
I've been dreaming about that belt for many, many years.
and tomorrow you get strapped around my waist.
Let's face them off.
He been dreaming about an interim belt? He said he's been dreaming about an interim belt. But yeah, if I was to rate this card on a scale of 1 to 10, you know, going into the card, I'm going to give it a See, the attraction is Lomachenko in Australia, Loma down under. That's the attraction. And by the way, Bob Arum has had a hard-on for Loma in Australia for years now. He's been trying to make Loma versus Kambosos. You don't want roux meat, mate. Trust me. Why not? Come on, man. Nobody eats roux. Really? Maybe I'm just an ignorant American, I guess. I want some of that, though. It looks good. Oh, eye candy. Oh, wait, we got to be mature. No, wait, she wants us to see. She wants us to watch. So we're going to watch Cherneka. She wants us to.
With 6 big wins.
She has her OnlyFans. So she's doing this for us, the people. Yeah, let's watch. Let's go full screen. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, that's so hot. Lord have mercy.
3.75.
Lord have mercy.
52.95 for Johnson.
All right, Nina Hughes is a family woman, so we're going to go regular screen for her. You get the regular screen, Nina. She's a mother. We got to be respectful. But Cherneka, we can watch her.
More serious?
That's more a one and done thing. You can't do it twice. Yeah, but did the job last time.
Winning world titles, though, that's not a one and done thing. What does this mean if you become a 2-time world champion?
When I become 2-time world champion, it's going to be pretty special here in Australia. You know, 2 divisions, and then we collect the rest.
Move that damn banner.
Johnson.
There you go. Cold up in there.
And your opponent, ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner tomorrow.
Cold up in there. We're going to talk about the card. Just, you know, let's get to the weigh-in first. All right, be respectful, fellas. You guys are better than that. Oh, she's stripping straight so she got out there. I like her hair, though. Nice body. Nice body to it. Nice bounce. What's that? Viva Vasyl? Remember that shit? Oil of Olay?
117.55 for
Damn,
the
she is
champion.
ripped.
53.3 kilograms.
By the way, Nina Hughes is 41 years old.
Nina Hughes, world champion. What does this moment mean to you, fighting outside your home country again and defending this belt?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's been a long time since I last defended my belt, and yeah, I'm ready to defend it and bring my belt back.
What do you know about Cherneka Johnson? What have you seen in her?
Yeah, she's a great fighter, and it's going to be a good fight, and they're the fights I want. I want the big fight, so
Okay,
I can push
okay.
myself.
Co-main event to Vasyl Lomachenko and George Kambosos. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing opportunity to box on such a great card, 2 legends. Yeah, I'm making the most of the experience, and I'm going to get that win.
All right, good luck. That is Nina Hughes, the world champion.
No face-off? I'm still stuck on the fact that you guys don't eat roux meat over there. I guess it would be tough meat because kangaroos are fucking husky, man. They're muscular. This is a stupid song. Get that out of there. By the way, this pay-per-view is $70 over in Australia. They're more. This is the most expensive pay-per-view that you guys have had. Tim Zoo pay-per-view is only $60. They're charging $70 for this shit.
in position. So in the meantime, I might call over promoter Lou DiBella, who I know is just...
Lou DiBella got this big-ass beer belly. He didn't have that 10 years ago.
Quick chat, Lou,
and you know what he drinks? He drinks Corona Lights. I've seen it.
I'm hearing Vasyl Lomachenko is still on his way.
That ain't nothing but beer.
No. We didn't have breakfast or anything.
Okay, you know George is around, though.
He is around. And I know Vasyl's not going anywhere.
What are you feeling about this event? So close now. You're so invested clearly and so excited. What's going to happen tomorrow?
You're going to see a great fight. You're going to see a competitive fight. And I think that people are going to be thrilled with the action in the ring. I don't expect any kind of a
begging.
fair. I expect two men to stand there and actually fight, and I think you're going to see a competitive fight.
We know we'll see an aggressive George Kambosos. You expecting an even more aggressive Lomachenko?
I think you tend to see a more aggressive fighter anytime they're an older fighter. It's not also like he's ever been a pure scientist, even though he has the best probably leg movement in the history of boxing. I think it's fair to say that. He's always fought. He's never been a boring fighter. You're not going to see a boring fight. You're going to see a real fight.
And tell us about this undercard. We've got a stacked card, a couple
what
of
is the
other
purpose of light
fights,
beer?
And I know you're excited about them all.
The fight you just weighed in is a legitimate 50-50 fight. I think that and that's what boxing's all about. You have a terrific champion that's never been seen by the world, a woman that took a long time.
What are you talking about, Hope?
Had a family, came back.
What
to
are you
boxing
talking about?
After a tremendous amateur career and won a title at about 40 years old. Cherneka is one of the more exciting women in the entire sport. Her bloody fight in Melbourne was one of the most memorable female fights I've ever seen in my life, and it showed that despite that pretty face, she is a blood and guts warrior. And I think I expect a great fight there. I think that the people of Perth are going to get top to bottom great entertainment.
We also weighed in Guevara and Moloney. We've all watched the journey of the Maloneys. But
oh my gosh, shut your bitch ass up.
It's a tough fight, and the Maloneys rise to the occasion, and you're going to get 110% out of Andrew. This for Andrew is everything. The other kid is coming here with a confidence and a sort of a swagger I didn't expect.
Let me address this fucking, I'm a little untethered, my bad. I haven't had proper sleep. So let me read this comment from this Hope guy. This guy, 13.1351 seconds in the video, obviously isn't trying to get subscribers. The man, country Ukraine, is in war. He wanted to get undisputed for his son, and this dude talked trash. What trash was I talking about, Loma, you simpleton? I just said the man was crying. Was I not allowed to bring it up? Pull your pussy out of your ass. And then he says, you talk trash about Loma acting human and shedding tears when he got robbed. He knew his kid was going to be upset. He had to relocate because of war. I guarantee you guys cried. Of course I cried. I'm a real man. Real men cry in the dark. Don't come in here with that pussy shit, man. I'm not the one. I'll cuss your ass out. I'll mess you up.
He's been very charming. He's really...
By the way, Hope, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Drop a like.
Walked around the town with a great sense of purpose, and I think that's going to be a great fight.
He's been one of the stars of Fight Week, hasn't he?
Yeah, I have a feeling, though, that the two twins aren't losing in 1 week, but we'll see.
We've got one of the twins down here looking on. It'd mean a lot to their family, no doubt, to get one of those world titles back.
The guy right there is one of the best people in the entire sport and has a heart of a lion. So...
Yeah, we should acknowledge a few of the legends who are in the room. Jason Moloney. Danny Green joins us as well, ladies and gentlemen. I did see the great Michael Katsidis also.
You got the GOAT of Perth right there. Yeah. The greatest of Perth of all time, right?
And you were sporting his merch yesterday.
Always. That's what we've been
friends
for, I don't know, 20
you like that?
Something years. We were talking about it yesterday, so that's my boy right there.
You like that?
I believe we're still waiting for Vasyl Lomachenko. Is that correct? Or we're good to go? 1 minute. We are 1 minute away from bringing them out. Thank you very much. That is Lou DiBella.
You like that? Does that make you feel good?
We're not far away now from...
You did this, Hope. You made me pull out the tape.
With Vasyl Lomachenko and George Kambosos.
You made me pull out the tape. You did this. I would have never showed the tape. Anyway, I apologize, guys, for my unprofessionalism. So anyway, moving on. Loma was late to the weigh-in, so I had them questioning if he was having issues. By the way, this weigh-in was at 8:30 a.m. over there. It is an IBF title fight, so I'm wondering if that was the reason why this weigh-in was so early. But no, Loma didn't miss weight. He's going to end up weighing in at 134.9. So he made it. He's never had weight issues before. And Loma's a small dude. By the way, look at the hardest working man in boxing, Sean Porter. He be everywhere. And I bet you he going to be in Saudi Arabia next week probably. Let's turn it up.
Especially as long as Lomachenko did to get here, that throws off your protocol, your cycle, and things of that nature. So we'll see.
Well, he's here, so let's head back to the stage.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event for tomorrow.
This fight is scheduled
for 12 3-minute rounds. It is for the vacant IBF World Lightweight title. Introducing first, making his way to the scale, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ferocious George Kambosos Jr. 23 professional fights with 10.
Let me mute that. Kambosos' last. What is it? Is it Kambosos or Kambosos? Loma Down Under does sound pretty cool. You know, Bob Arum is 92 years old and still sharp. Meanwhile, Don King is senile as fuck. Don King be up there just saying anything. Hell yeah, I cried. I was in a coma, man. I used to be crying my ass off.
For Kambosos.
134.25 for Kambosos. Kambosos has made a lot of money. Like, he's made closer to $20 million the last 4 years. Between the T.O. fight, the two Haney fights, the Maxie Hughes fight, and this one, he's made a lot of money. But frankly, I just don't think he can compete with Lomachenko. I don't think he can compete with Emmanuel Navarrete. But we got to see. Emmanuel Navarrete's been jumping divisions too fast. Let's see how Navarrete looks against Dennis Berinchyk next week.
That was a pretty easy weight cut for you.
That's from our preparation. Had a hell of a preparation. And that breeds my confidence. That
turn the fucking music off.
Shows how hard we work. So I don't have nothing else to say. I'm ready for a fight. I'm ready for a war tomorrow. And Lomachenko, bring it on. I'm here. I'm ready.
Just have a look around at the support that you've got here in Perth, the support you have in Australia. How does that feel to you?
It's everything. It gives me everything, and I appreciate it so much. So this is one bit, but tomorrow in that beautiful RSA arena, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. Bring it on. Sold out. Sold out. Kambosos does it again. Sells out.
Tell the people here what's going to happen in this fight. What are they going to see at that sold-out venue tomorrow?
Victory. I ain't got nothing else to say. Victory. See you all tomorrow.
George Kambosos.
And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner tomorrow. This is
Look, Loma's not there yet.
Vasyl.
After the weigh-in, we're going to get Big J on the line and see what he has to say. I mean, is anybody giving George a chance?
towards the
My bad, I had it
scales.
muted. I didn't know I had it
we do
muted. I was
wait for the
messaging Big
second of
J.
our main event fighters, ladies and gentlemen, here in the venue at Crown in Perth, ahead of this huge fight day tomorrow. He's going to join us, we hear, in 30 seconds. So Vasyl Lomachenko making his way towards the scales. George, do you want to give us your thoughts on this delay?
I've got nothing else to say. I'm here. I'm a true professional.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got another asshole. How do you not care about this fight, Fight View 360? Great fight, hater. Well, let me tell you something, ass clown. I spent over $1,000 to send Big J to this fight. Are you listening to me, Mr. Second Guess? Not to mention, I have covered and edited videos for this. I'm here streaming this, not getting no pussy, on a Friday night, 10 o'clock, covering Loma versus Kambosos. And you're going to come in here and talk to me about what I don't care about? And I'm going to be here tomorrow night covering the fight. So you can stick your comments and stick them up your ass. No bullshit. I spent $1,000 to send Big J to this fight across the country. He's from over near Victoria. I sent him to Perth. Yeah. And the term hater is just thrown around too much. I don't even think people knows what it means anymore. If you disagree with somebody, they just call you a hater. Hell yeah, that flight was expensive. Then hotel, then transportation. Yeah, no, I got to get it together. I'm sorry, guys. I'm untethered. A little unprofessional. I'm better than this. I'm better than this. Here's why Loma's was late. He's going to explain.
Sorry, but I don't know. It's too early.
Did you sleep in?
No, I just sit in my room. That's it, and waiting for 10 hours.
So no problems making the weight here today?
No, not for me.
Have a look around. You've been in some big venues, but people here are very excited about this fight, aren't they? How does it feel to you?
No, I feel great. I'm very appreciative for all people who come to support us.
And can you give us your final thoughts and your prediction for what happens in this fight tomorrow?
It will be a historical fight. It will be a very, very interesting fight for fans.
Vasyl Lomachenko will face him off now.
You know Loma's a small guy when Kambosos looks bigger than him. So once again, the winner's supposed to fight the winner of Shakur Stevenson versus the guy he's going to be fighting. I'm going to butcher his name, but I'm going to pull that card up. Shakur Stevenson, WBC champion, is fighting on July the 6th in Newark. I'm going to that fight. And of course, this fight's for the IBF. Tank Davis has the WBA, fighting Frank Martin on June the 15th. Emmanuel Navarrete is fighting for the vacant WBO next week against Dennis Baranchek. He could lose that fight, by the way. And Top Rank controls 3 of the 4 belts in the 135-pound division. The WBA belongs to Tank, Amazon Al Heyman fighter. Shakur Stevenson, there's still a question mark around him, especially with his last fight. Yeah, I'm back in the field. as you've been noticing, I've been pumping out content. Over the last 7 weeks, I've pumped out 55 videos. So that's a career high. Not a career high, but that's the most videos I've pumped out in like 2 years. So I'm keeping consistent. I've been like trickling back in. You're going to start seeing more and more content, especially next week with Fury versus Usyk. That's a mega card. So yeah, we're back. As you can see, we've been consistent the last month and a half. But I had a hectic, like, COVID was rough for me, man. Like, I was out there in the field in 2018, 2019, and then before the country shut down, I was supposed to be at Shakur Stevenson versus Miguel Mariaga. Remember, that was the week the whole country shut down. And then after that, I was like, boxing, yeah. Boxing kind of turned me off. But where I messed up is, it was a big blunder because I was enjoying the lockdowns and like just pretty much like living. But that's when everybody was home watching content on the internet. So I missed that wave. That's how a lot of YouTubers got big, like really big, because they couldn't work. So they was in the house. Now, meanwhile, I'm drinking, partying, sleeping with women during COVID. Uh-oh. Shenanigans.
And despite everyone's efforts, neither of them wants to back down. Sure.
But also, to be very honest, the boxing community on YouTube is filth. A bunch of scammers. A bunch of scammers.
They've got Greek flags, so this is the type of atmosphere.
So, as we're waiting for Big J to call and to give us his thoughts on Fight Week, let's go talk about the card. Here's the card: Lomachenko versus Kambosos for the IBF and IBO belt. Andrew Moloney versus Pedro Guevara for the WBC interim super flyweight title. Andrew Moloney says he's been dreaming about the interim title. You have Nina Hughes taking on Cherneka Johnson for the WBA bantamweight title. Big Daddy Lucas Browne, who I have some sick infatuation with. I just can't stop watching that man. Why can't I quit you? Taking on Hemi Ahio. I'm butchering his name. Joe Goodall taking on Django Opelu. And this pay-per-view is going to be $70 over in Australia. Tim Zoo pay-per-views are $60. UFC pay-per-views are $50. And they're charging $70 for this. Of course, here in the States, we get it on primetime ESPN, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also watch on ESPN Plus. But over in Australia, you guys are getting shafted. You got, like, is George Kambosos that big of a name over there where people are going to be like, oh, shit, mate. The Kambosos fight's coming on tonight. It's $70. I got to get in the house. And it's a Sunday afternoon card. Like, is Kambosos that name? Like, does he ring those type of bells? Hey, let's see what Big J has to say. All right, what's going on, man? We're live. What's the news over there? Hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. There you go. All right. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, mate.
All right, there you go. All right, yeah. What's the news over there? Start over again.
Yeah, all the fighters made weight. The Mexican guy had to get naked to get the job done, but he made it. George and Lomachenko had their long face-off. No theatrics like the other day, and yeah, we're ready for a great event tomorrow. So I'm surprised. The one thing that did surprise me is how well Cherneka Johnson made weight. She was like 116, which is well below the 118 weight limit. So that's the one thing that did sort of surprise me. But bar that, pretty good weigh-in, decent crowd. There was a lot of people in there. The place was packed. So it's a sellout tomorrow. So I think we're going to be in for a very good event tomorrow.
Was it open to the public?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so there were all sorts of media and public people, and of course the teams. The teams make up half the people in the crowd. But yeah, it was open to the public. Okay. I believe you had to buy tickets to do it, but people still came.
Okay. What are your thoughts on? Let's first start with Moloney versus Guevara. Obviously, you're rooting for Moloney, but I'm starting to give this guy a chance. He's got a lot of good energy, Guevara.
He's got a lot of good energy. He's been very, very happy to be here. I think he's just happy to have the opportunity to do it because he's been smiling the entire time. He's been happy. He's got a lot of the crowd on his side. Yesterday, he threw his gloves into the crowd, so he's been winning people over. Mm-hmm. But there's no doubt that people want Andrew to win, obviously, because as he said, the loser will probably, this will be their last shot. The loser fades down the card while the winner gets another shot at a bigger title. So
yeah, Guevara had a shot last November against Carlos Caldras for the same belt, for the interim title, where he lost split decision. And as I got to do a little bit of research, a lot of people thought that he won that fight. And now I'm guessing that's the reason why he's getting this shot again now. But because Jason lost on this Anoye card this Monday, I guess, it's a real must-win for not only him, but for both of those brothers, because we talked about these Maloneys, they can't say that Top Rank hasn't been promoting or pushing them. They've been getting shot after shot.
Yeah, exactly right. So, Andrew admitted it himself that, if he loses, it's pretty much the last opportunity they're going to get. Obviously, Jason's still in the mix, even though Japan has a complete stranglehold on the 118 and 122 divisions. Yeah. But you can't count them out. The guys are only 33, so yeah, they are past their best, but they still got a lot to offer. And Jason, always being a former world champion, he's always got the that to back him. That's the name and status. Mm. So. But I think, if Andrew doesn't get the job done tomorrow, it's not going to look good for either brother.
Who do you have between Nina Hughes and Cherneka Johnson? By the way, Cherneka looks so much bigger.
Yeah, she's massive. She is a lot bigger than Nina. Mm-hmm. She made the weight a lot easier than I thought, because coming down from 122, she made it easy. Mm-hmm. And you can see them together that Cherneka's a lot bigger than Nina. So obviously, I've said that I want Nina to win the entire time, but if I use my brain, you'd have to give the advantage to Cherneka. She's younger.
I am too.
She's more experienced. She's been in bigger. She's been in wars. I would put Nina Hughes probably around the same height and shape as Susie Ramadan, so she's dealt with a fighter. And of course, Cherneka's a lot younger. Yeah. Nina's 41. What's Cherneka? 27, 28? 29. Okay, yeah. So she's a lot younger. So you'd have to go with Cherneka for the advantage of that. Yeah. At least on the scale, no theatrics, just did a thing, and of course she chucked a shirt on afterwards. But I don't pay any attention to that. But so I was actually surprised that there was no theatrics from her at the weigh-in. It was just weigh-in, dip, bang, done, away she went. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So, all right. On to the main event. We talked about it before. Unless Lomachenko gets old overnight, I'm not just really seeing. I'm not seeing it. Unless he comes out, aggressive and actually being ferocious. I'm not giving him a chance against Lomachenko.
As I said to him the other day when I caught up with him, I said, mate, just whack him in the guts just like Tio did. That's what you need. He needs to get in there in the first round and whack him in the guts as hard as he can, and he'll just go running. Because he's a little weak to the midsection there, old Loma. So Tio proved that. So why not go after his weakness? Because George is a lot, even though on stage they looked similar size, George has got a good 2.5, 3 inches on Loma. Loma is tiny. Loma is a tiny guy. So I've stood next to George and I've stood next to Loma. There's a big difference between the two, I can tell you. Mm-hmm. So I mean, Loma was obviously wearing shoes that gave him a good 2.5-inch advantage, because I looked at the amount of foam that his shoes had. He had a good 2 inches of foam on his shoes, and that made him look a little taller. Loma would be 5'6" if he was lucky.
Yeah.
So he's a tiny guy.
Yeah, he's listed at 5'5".
Yeah, well, yeah, that'd be about right. That'd be about right. But he's a very nice bloke, very humble, very happy, very reserved bloke. But yeah, and people like him. So it's like the crowd is 50-50. Easy. There is no dominance for one or the other. It's 50-50. I think people are just happy that we've got someone of his caliber in this country.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because, as we talked about, to be very honest, nobody over here in the States gives a shit about this fight. You know, it's a prime time fight. You know, NBA playoffs are also on tomorrow night. But over there, they're charging you guys $70 for this fight, and I think that's going to turn fans off even more. It's not like Kambosos is the most exciting fighter. It's not like when you look at his resume that he got a gift decision, that we don't see. He got a gift decision against Maxi Hughes. And Lomachenko, even though he's Lomachenko a legend, Lomachenko's not really known to sell numbers. So I guess what I'm asking is, you know, well, then again, as we see from No Limit, they sell you guys anything on pay-per-view. They got Nikita Zoo on pay-per-view already. You know, they had Sam Goodman versus Mark Schliebs.
Mark Schliebs, yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, you know, so they're selling you guys anything, but this $70 price tag, I'm thinking, what are they doing? They're begging for this fight to be, you know, watched illegally. You know, but what do you think this fight's going to do over there? I mean, is it buzzing? Like, you know, is it something that's shaking the city of Perth? You know, are people over there?
Oh, absolutely.
It is?
Absolutely. Yeah, we had the AFL here last night, Sydney versus Fremantle, and no one cared. Everyone was talking about the fight. So, and AFL is the most dominant, especially over in Perth. All they do is play AFL. They have no interest in the league and a little bit of the union. AFL's the dominant football code over here. Yeah. And everyone's like, yeah, we don't care about that. We care about the fight. So, all right.
But as far as the country, though,
right now.
But as far as the country,
George Kambosos right now, just walk past me.
Okay.
Sorry, I cut you off, but I was just waving.
No, you're good. Closing thoughts, because we know you got to get out of there, and also we're going to be here tomorrow night after the fight, talking about the fight. But closing thoughts.
Obviously, I want George to win, but if Loma gets up, so be it. But I'm thinking I said that I'd give my prediction when I actually saw Loma, and he looks fine. He doesn't look like the fight has, the last loss to Hemi has done anything to him. He looks focused. He looks ready to go. He's very quiet, but when he's still got that fire. When you look at him, right? He doesn't look like a defeated fighter. He looks like he's ready to go. If that makes sense.
Okay, well.
So, I think we're in for a battle, because I've had a good look at Loma, and he looks like he's prime and ready. I don't think the Honey loss is going to affect him anything. And as you said, after a loss, he comes back bigger and badder anyway. So.
Yeah. All right, well, with that being said, we're going to let you go and take your time out. Like the video, subscribe. You can follow Big J at Oatmate Big J. The link to his social media is actually down below in the description box. All right, mate, good luck. Talk to you later on.
No worries, man.
So let's go look at real quick at Lomachenko's, Kambosos' resume, and maybe this will help you out. And where my concerns is, Lord, that Cherneka Johnson, Lord have mercy. So listen to this right here. Okay, he's 21-2 with 10 KOs, 30 years old. So look here. His last knockout was back in 2019, June of 2019. 5 years ago. He fought Mickey Bay, split decision. Lee Selby, split decision. Teofimo Lopez, split decision. Devin Haney, both of them unanimous decision. Maxi Hughes, a lot of people felt that was a robbery, the wrong man won that fight. But the point I'm trying to make is however you look at who won the fight or who didn't win the fight, he could easily be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could easily be 0-6 So he be just squeaking by. He can be 0-6. And if he loses to Lomachenko, he could be like, he could have been, you know, a bad card, a bad judge. He could be 0-7 in his last 7 fights. It's hard for me to pick him beating Lomachenko. You talk about a career fight. This is a career fight for him. That Maxie Hughes was supposed to be a showcase fight that he was supposed to win and look good. And by the way, Maxie Hughes went on in his next fight to get his dick pushed in by William Zepeda. And he's had 7 losses. He was on a nice little streak, though, before he met Kambosos, to be honest. He lost to Liam Walsh. Liam Walsh then went on to lose to Tank Davis. Actually, he lost to Tank Davis before that. So, you know, this is not this is just facts. You know, we have to look at the data. We have to look at the numbers. Kambosos, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, like he's been blessed, with that beautiful night, that beautiful win where he bashed up Teofimo Lopez. But in reality, I've never seen nothing special. So if he is special, he's in his prime. Let's see how he looks tomorrow night against Lomachenko, a fight that they've been building for 6 years. 5 years they've been building this fight. Since 2018, they've been talking about this fight. So let's go talk some other boxing while we're here. Earlier today, Boots Ennis and Cody Crowley had a press conference in Philly for Boots' July 13th fight in the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Boots Ennis, IBF champion, email champion, not his fault. Since Terrence Crawford was elevated to full champion. Moved up. He was stripped, actually. The IBF has been a little flaky, too, because they didn't strip Errol Spence or order him to fight Boots, but then once Crawford got his hands on the belt, they ordered him to fight, and then he didn't, he stripped him. They stripped him. So let's go look at this press conference. Well, what's going on here? There we go. Let's go check out this press conference. By the way, I'm disgusted in the way that Philadelphia fans were acting at this press conference toward Cody Crowley, especially when he talked about how he was having mental health issues, and you had some asshole in the crowd told him to go hang himself. Like fucking weirdos. But anyway, take your time out, like the video, subscribe. This was actually a pretty entertaining press conference. You don't hear Boots Ennis do too much talking, but in this case, he did.
Yesterday, judging by the general sale this morning, I think we should make an official announcement that the Wells Fargo Centre is now the home of Jerome Boots Ennis, ladies and gentlemen. It took me 5 years to sign this man. I remember the first meeting I had in Las Vegas. It was on Canelo, Danny Jacobs fight.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. I couldn't get there today. I had to do some things for my father. They didn't announce this press conference until it was too late of notice, basically. It was like maybe 4 or 5 days notice. I don't remember. But I couldn't get down there. But yes, I will be down there for fight week. It was open to the public. Cody Crowley is the mandatory. And Boots Ennis is making over $3 million for this fight. And he is Matchroom promoted, but it's looking like he's backed by the Saudis. So the plan is to try to unify the division. They're trying to get, if he beats Cody Crowley, they're trying to get Mario Barrios. Or it can be Amanda Stanionis. Barrios has the WBC title, interim title, and Stanionis has the WBA world title, which is basically the interim. They're waiting for Crawford to officially vacate the WBC and WBA, and both Mario Barrios and Stanionis are supposed to be upgraded to full champion. Crawford still holds on to his WBO. Mario Barrios beat Fabian Maidana on a Canelo Munguia undercard last week. Fabian Maidana shouldn't have been in there in the first place because he wasn't ranked anywhere by any sanctioning body. He shouldn't have gotten a title shot, and he looked like he was just there to collect a check. If you don't know, Fabian Maidana is the younger brother of Marcos Maidana. Amanis Stanionis, the Lithuanian, fought Gabriel Maestri in a very good fight to defend the WBA title. So Boots Ennis is looking to fight either of them. And now that we see that PBC fighters are fighting on Saudi cards, it's more likely, it's a higher likelihood now that we could see Boots Ennis, if he beats Cody Crowley, of course, on July the 13th, fight Stanionis or Mario Barrios or both of them to unify all three of those titles, the IBF, WBA, and WBC. So once again, take your time out, like the video, subscribe. By the way, this was an entertaining press conference. Boots Ennis is not known to be the most charismatic dude when it comes to interviews, but he's starting to really like grow into things. So let's go watch a little bit of the press conference. I'm gonna skim through things, obviously, you know, to save you, but very good, solid fight.
Someone said we had a chance to get Boots Ennis. Now, there's a lot of boxing people here. It's no secret that everybody's known for a very long time that this guy is the real deal. A year later, 6 months later, I said, in the end, I said, stop wasting our time. Shout out Sean Palmer and Kevin Rooney. They kept trying. And recently, we, of course, made the huge announcement that Jaron Ennis would be signing with Matchroom Boxing and DAZN. Now, this was a massive announcement for us. And the news and the ramifications that had in the world of boxing were incredible. The numbers, the excitement. Finally, he's going to get let off his leash to show the world how great he is. But the most important thing for me was to bring him home to Philadelphia. And we made it happen. Because when you have a fighter as special as this, and you have a city as great as this, and people don't understand the history of boxing in this city, how has he never fought here? Well, now it's time for that to change. And on July 13th, your champion, Philadelphia's champion, will defend his IBF.
That is crazy. He hasn't had one of his big fights here. For those who don't know, Boots Ennis used to fight in the 2300 arena. That is the old, as you want to call it, the ECW arena. And his last fight back in Philly was in 2018. Very small venue. This was before he became the name that he is. You know, I attended many fights at this venue, even a couple of wrestling shows back in the day. But as you can see, you know, and that's one thing about PBC or PBC affiliated fighters, unless it's LA or New York, you know, they really don't grow their fighters in their, or Cali, in their home. Like, it's always been like that. You know, yeah, Denny Garcia had his fight here. That was a long time coming. I was at that one. But yeah, it's good to see that they're trying to establish him in Philadelphia. Like, he's a Philadelphia fighter. It's time to grow him here.
Welterweight world title against the mandatory challenger Cody Crowley, live on DAZN around the world. And when I walked into this arena this morning, the first thing that I said to myself was, wow, wow, what a place. And I looked out, and in the middle of the arena was Jaron Ennis, doing exactly the same thing. What a great thing for someone from this city who has dedicated his whole life to the sport, with his father Bozy and his family, who has lived the life, who is a great ambassador for you all, to finally get his moment to perform here in front of his people, his city, on July 13. But you know the great thing, and I shouldn't really say this, sometimes I go to a city and I tell a little bit of a porky pie. That's a lie in the UK, right? And I say, this kid, oh, he's going to be a world champion. Oh, he could be a great. Oh, he could be this. That's my job. But you see, when you have a fighter like Jaron Ennis, I'm not even lying. So now the whole city can say, not only are we bringing big-time world championship boxing back to Philadelphia, but we're doing it with a young man that may be the very best in the entire sport. But he's got to prove it, and he's got to prove it against a very, very tough, undefeated, mandatory challenger against Cody Crowley, who I've got to say, is just as excited as Jaron Boots Ennis. Came up to me earlier with a huge smile.
Yeah, he did just admit he's a liar. I wonder if he means Campbell Hatton.
This is my dream. This is my time. He said, I know this is the big homecoming, but as he said in his Instagram today, I'm going to steal the hearts of Philadelphia. Oh, come on, guys. I thought it was a nice line.
Not having it.
And we'll speak to both guys.
Great heart you got.
Yeah. And we'll speak to both guys shortly. Just a word, as always, briefly, before I always start every press conference. Of course, this fight, just part of an unprecedented schedule live on DAZN. DAZN has absolutely become the global home of boxing. Of course, last week, you had Canelo against Munguia live on DAZN. A couple of weeks before, you had Haney Garcia. Tomorrow night in Mexico, we have a huge card with Eduardo Hernandez and Erica Cruz defending her world title. And of course, next week, Fury against Usyk live on DAZN, the undisputed heavyweight world championship from Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Jai Opetaia.
I don't think you can say that. One thing about Eddie Hearn, no fighters that he works with says anything bad about him. Also, compared to PBC fighters, he pays their fighters on the night. They don't have to wait for different checks to come in and everything. His fighters don't talk bad about him. And he literally gets out there and promotes his fighters. He will talk you up, even if he says he got to lie. He will talk you up. So no, I mean, and also as it stands right now, we never thought it would happen, but he's promoting PBC fighters on the zone that many PBC fighters said they wasn't going to do. So right now he is becoming the world's biggest promoter with the world's biggest stable. Even right now, he'll never catch at the Top Rank, right now, because what happens, see, here's the thing. Top Rank is a legacy company. Top Rank, one thing you've noticed about Top Rank is when you want to build a fighter, like a prospect, Top Rank, they'll always tell you Top Rank's the way to go. They may not stay with Top Rank when they become a star, but Top Rank has been always consistent in building fighters. And the Top Rank library of fights dates back to Ali and all that. So they're a legacy company. They do, they have everything, just all the boxes checked. So Eddie Hearn is still somewhat fresh, somewhat. You can say it's Pop Barry Hearn, okay, all right, he's been around. But right now, they have a large, growing, basically they're coming back. They had a rough few years. Remember, they blew all that money, DAZN. They lied to us saying that pay-per-view was dead and all that stuff. By the way, this is going to be on regular DAZN, not pay-per-view. They lied to us and said pay-per-view was dead and all that. But now they have the Saudi backing, and to be very honest, I think the Saudis may be financing DAZN. If you're asking me, I think that's their network. But Eddie Hearn's been doing a phenomenal job over the last couple of years, over the last year, for real. I never thought I would see them. The Saudis put so much money in the boxing that they got Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren working together, buddy, chummy. And for those who are like boxing hardcores, that's a big deal. They are rating the PBC. My bad. They are rating the PBC roster because here's the thing. PBC has that Amazon deal. But those are PBC funded events. Amazon's not giving them any money. They're just a platform. But they don't have any money for anything else, and they don't have the dates. So for example, like for people who want to, how can I say, call, people who bring up the truth haters, PBC has only had 3 events since December the 16th. 3 events. The first pay-per-view, they had that David Morrell fight, the last Showtime card. That was in December. The end of March, Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora, that pay-per-view did horribly, by the way. And then Canelo Munguia, which was a joint promotion with DAZN, and DAZN carried most of the promotion. If that's not a huge red flag damning, I'm talking about like, what the fuck is going on? And then you're seeing all these PBC fighters heading to other platforms, fighting in dark matches, fighting in club shows. Then you are going down with the ship. 3 events in 6 months, and we're not supposed to talk about it. And then it's rumors that the Amazon deal is in trouble. And by the way, the rumors are that the Canelo pay-per-view did around 500,000 pay-per-view buys. Canelo Munguia. which would be a flop for them, by the way, given Canelo's purse.
Then we fly back to the UK for a huge all-British domestic fight, Jack Catterall against Josh Taylor in Leeds, before we head back out to Riyadh for the 5v5, a historic night, and of course Dimitri Bivol. And then we're in Puerto Rico for one of our other world champions, Subriel Matias, defending his world title. Back to Birmingham after that for an incredible card in the UK. Then we're in Phoenix, of course, for Bam against Estrada. What a fight. July 6th will be announced shortly. July 13th, we're here in Philadelphia, and we cannot wait. Right, let's talk to the fighters, and we'll start with Anthony Gurgis, the manager of Cody Crowley. Welcome.
Thank you.
You guys look very happy to be here. We know there was a lot of back and forward, and a little shout out to Louis DeCubas and Tom Browne and the PBC and your team as well. But you look happy. You look excited. I guess you know the challenge, but your man more than ready for July 13th.
More than ready. No one has seen this version of Cody Crowley. From everything, A to Z, from the management team to the training to the resources, A to Z, no one has seen him. Boots shouldn't even watch video on him, because he'll be unrecognizable on Fight Night on July 13th. Yeah, very good. Stay that way.
We don't need to watch video.
Very good.
You know what I mean?
I see you forgot the belt at home. You ready to lose it, huh?
Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
My bad. Hold
Bro,
on.
you got emailed.
Hold on. My headphones went off for a minute. There you go. Yeah, they got the Saudi balking for sure. All right, are we back? Where we at?
Crazy, right? He got to get in that ring. It's going to get
Good. Stay that way.
We don't need to.
Sources, A to Z, no one has seen him. Boots shouldn't even watch video on him, because he'll be unrecognizable on Fight Night on July 13th. Yeah, very good. Stay that way.
We don't need to watch video.
Very good.
You know what I mean?
I see you forgot the belt at home. You ready to lose it, huh?
Who are you talking to?
Yeah. Bro, you got emailed that belt. You didn't even win it. You're not even a champion.
Well, guess what?
Yo,
guess what?
you didn't even win
talking
it.
crazy, right? He got to get in that ring. It's going to get bad for him.
Oh, he's ready.
It's
Just
gonna
so
get
you know, we have
It's
plenty
gonna
of
get
opportunities.
nasty.
He's been wanting you.
What happened when
Nobody
you
wants
first
you.
time?
He's here. He's here.
Yo, keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking. He gonna get the worst beating of his life. I promise you that.
Not gonna happen.
I promise you that.
Keep dreaming.
I promise you that.
Keep dreaming.
I promise you that. And we could bet whatever.
Eddie, I'm really
And we could bet
sorry that
whatever.
this is his first fight under Matchroom. I'm
we could bet
really
whatever.
sorry. I apologize, because I like you.
Yeah. You know
I
what?
apologize.
We like
Bet
you
whatever.
too, but you know the way you talking. You know what I mean? After him, me and you can put the gloves on.
Papa Boots, come on, Papa Boots.
We on that.
We
on that.
I got respect for
We
my
on
elders.
that.
I got respect
And we
for
on
my
that.
elders. Let's go there.
And we on
Come
it.
on. Let's go.
And we on
Let's
that.
go. Come on, Papa Boots.
And we on that. Yo,
I'll stop you.
Hey, I got respect for my elders, so you just throw the first punch and then I'll handle the rest.
yo, remember, y'all gotta get out of here. Y'all in my city.
Is that a threat?
Y'all in my
What's the
city.
threat? Is that a threat?
Y'all in my city.
Is that a threat?
Y'all in my city.
Come on, man.
It's gonna get nasty, dog.
We chose to come here.
Keep talking.
He is the real life Rocky
Keep
story,
talking.
man. In
Rocky
your
not
hometown.
real. Rocky is
Hold
not
on.
real.
This is the homecoming?
Rocky
This
not
is the
real.
homecoming?
Rocky not
Where are
real,
all the
bro.
people? I thought this was a public
real.
opening.
Rocky
Don't
not
pay.
real.
Man, there's like 10 people here. They're all your family.
Yeah.
Man, stop that.
Yo, you digging your man
Eddie,
into a hole, you
this
hear me?
fight should have been in Ontario. There would have been 15,000 people in here for the press conference. I promise you that.
Why you ain't accept the challenge last year? They offered him $300,000 to fight him. He turned him down. What happened?
We didn't turn down nothing.
What happened then?
We're here.
I'm happy to answer any questions.
Yeah,
if you want
what
to talk
happened?
about that.
Answer.
Yo, I like you, Cody. I like you, but he talking that tough shit.
So
right there, I'll stop him.
I've been out of
I
boxing.
will stop him.
I've been out of boxing for the last year after people on my team done stuff. So I've been totally out. Then I had people trying to negotiate on my behalf when I've been out. Then I tried to get back into boxing, and then I have emergency double eye surgery. And the second that...
So he blind.
Okay. Okay.
They don't like the truth.
So
they don't like the truth.
I got my eyes taken from me.
He ain't gonna be able to see nothing coming.
So I just said I got my eyes taken from me, and I'm still getting booed. This is kind of. Hey, we don't have to have a show July 13th. It takes two to tango, and I'm very, very excited to be here.
Well, Cody can fit right in with the Philly beard.
To fight Boots Ennis.
Yeah,
I've
thanks
wanted
for coming,
to
man.
fight.
Appreciate you, man.
I've wanted to fight Boots Ennis for a while.
Right.
What
happened, though? What happened?
Thank you. If
What happened?
I
already know.
Yeah, what happened? Why you didn't fight him though when they offered you that 300,000?
300,000.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what they said.
Get outta here. This man's
300,000. They
worth
offered
$1
you.
million.
I'm not talking to you, man. I'm talking to him.
I'm talking on his behalf.
Yeah.
Yo.
Go ahead. Cody, you want the floor or what? You know what I mean? And really, after we leave here, you can come up my gym. No joke.
More than
It's
happy.
a friendly joint.
We can
As long
go.
as you
It's a friendly
take me to
joint,
catch
and I
my
will
flight.
stop you.
So I'd love to finish anytime.
Hold on, Bozy.
So I wasn't infighting. I've been dealing with a lot of mental health. I haven't wanted to live for the last couple years. Okay. So I just keep getting laughed at. Then my dad hung himself.
Sorry to hear about that, Cody. Sorry to hear about that, man.
Just like everyone else in this room, when you have things happen to you, it takes time to get over it. It takes time to heal yourself and come back
Who said
and
that?
step up.
What the hell is that?
It stopped you too.
You're gonna tell somebody to hang
So-
himself. What's wrong with you? Eddie, get these people under control, man.
Guys,
That's a horrible.
relax. Carry on, Cody.
So
Whoever that fucking person was that said that fucking dumb shit. Like, you hear this? He said his father hung himself, and he was going through some mental health issues where he wanted to kill himself, and you got some fucking pussy in the crowd telling him to hang himself. Like, where do people be getting this shit from? Like, Like, you know? Like, so shout out to Cody, like, and his team for not going like, yo, I can't believe that fucking asshole said that shit.
I went and I did what I had to do and heal myself. And then I had people, management, that weren't on my team still negotiating for me. And like I said, I want to reach out to you and just DM and be like, how can we just make this happen? I want to fight for a world title. And if I fight for a world title, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 world titles. I want to fight the very best fighter in the world. And I believe Browne Ennis at 147 right now, you are that guy. So why do I want to fight anyone else? I respect you.
Well, first, let's clear some things up. Boots has to fight him. He's the mandatory. He has to fight him or he gets stripped of his belt. So that's why he's fighting Cody Crowley. You know, he has to.
Browne, I love you. I hope you have the best sleep Friday night. Because Saturday, I want the best you to show up because I want to be there.
Right.
I want to be there. The best me is going to show up.
We appreciate that, brother. We appreciate that.
I'm glad you accepted the fight, though.
So you know there's a lot of people that didn't.
Yeah, a lot.
Right?
A whole lot.
And it takes two to tango.
For sure.
You can't even put on your gloves by yourself. You need your dad to put them on, don't you?
That's why we need that. We need that fight.
Cody?
I'm here.
Yeah, we need that fight.
One thing you
Appreciate
said
that.
earlier was, you are the mandatory challenger. You've earned this shot. You're 22-0.
I had WBC opportunities. I had WBA, WBO opportunities, and I chose you.
Well, listen,
I chose you.
Let me say one thing. They said you was trying to go to the WBC, but they made you take the IBF.
So
because you was the mandatory. You was the mandatory for the IBF.
Who made me?
We had a mandatory on the WBC too.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a mandatory there.
All right. Mm-hmm. But you understand this, but when you say about the email thing, we wanted to fight Crawford, and we wanted to fight Spence.
I know.
So we ain't let nobody take the title. The title deserved to be us.
The same thing would have happened to him if he was an interim champ and they would have emailed him thing. What you would have said then? He an email champ too, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Exactly. I can't say yes or no.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You've done what you had to do.
Exactly.
Yep. Let's talk, Cody. Let's talk about this fight. You say you believe this guy is the best in the division. You want to test yourself.
Yeah, how come world champions are moving from 47 to 54? How come former world champions won't fight him for a certain amount of money? It's because he's got the crown. He's the man right now.
We did 5,000 tickets on the pre-sale yesterday. We're already smashing the sales today. I think this place is going to be full up. How will you deal with that? There's pressure on him for the homecoming as well, but how excited are you to fight here for a world title with this incredible arena full up?
It's a real-life Rocky story, man. I've been through hell and back. I've had my whole entire life taken from me that I'm ready to die July 13th.
Don't say that.
He has a man in front. He has a man in front of him ready to die July 13th.
Hold on, my earphones keep messing up for some reason. My bad. My bad. By the way, there's Big J with Sean Porter.
July 13th. I'm serious.
What?
Oh shit, this is getting dark.
I'm ready to die July 13th.
Don't say that.
He has a man in front. He has a man in front of him ready to die July 13th. I'm serious.
What Drago say?
Bozy, we'll flick over to you. I mean, you know you're ready to fight right now, but we've got 9 weeks to go.
I'm always ready.
But you know, on a serious note, the importance of bringing big-time boxing, world championship boxing to this city. You guys are Philadelphia through and through. This is the moment where your son can finally get what he deserves in this city.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we appreciate Cody for taking the fight. You know what I mean? So many people turn Boots down. You know, even the top guys. You know what I mean? We wanted Spence, we wanted Crawford. You know what I mean? Stanionis. What's the other boy? Virgil. All of them. Yeah, we sent them. Send them the word.
And it's the reason why they stand away from me.
I just had to peep in here for a second because I found it hilarious. I seen videos of you on YouTube, right? And you're like, we're supposed to be fighting Cody next.
That's what they said.
And blah, blah, blah.
That's what they told us.
I'm on a beach, like, getting these DMs laughing because I didn't even have a manager at the time. So how is this going on?
But that's what they said to us. You know what I mean?
You see how messed up boxing is.
I got you. I got you.
So last time I was going for the IBF, I was fighting the #1 IBF contender. I went from number 6 after I beat him to number 14.
I remember.
So that tells you that none of this shit is real. It's all fucking illusions. So I don't care. I don't care about this IBF title. I don't need a title. I don't need any of your guys' acceptance. I'm whole myself. I'm happy. I'm just proud of myself to be here. All the shit that I've been through, I woke up and I kept going. How many of you have stuff going on right now in your life, and when you wake up, you question, do I get up and keep going, or do I sit here and pop a Coke and have a little potato chip? It's much easier to do that. It's much easier to sit and be comfy every day. But I'm a champion at heart, and I'm a champion at life.
One
and I get up
potato
and
chip?
I don't quit.
That's some
I went
weight
through
cutting
the
shit.
back door to get here. It is hard. There's gatekeepers. There's certain things you got to do to get to this level. I had my own promotional company. I was my own manager, my own promoter. I've done everything I had to get to this moment, so I'm not going to let people steal my happiness or my joy of this moment. My heart's way too powerful for that. So I send you love, brother. I send you love. I understand you make money off clicks. It's okay.
So let me ask this question before we get back into things. Is he not an Al Heyman fighter? Was Al Heyman not his manager advisor? Like, what's going on here? Or is Al Heyman just the promoter? Or like, because if you're hearing what he's saying, he's throwing shots at somebody. People negotiating on his behalf. That he doesn't have a manager. And also, I do think they can get 19,000 up in there, because one thing for sure is they turned up for the Danny Garcia fight. And Philly don't get big boxing events like this. So I do think they can sell it out. I'm not saying it's going to be like super expensive tickets. I think the tickets are going to be dirt cheap, especially during fight week. In fact, we're going to go look at the tickets in a minute. But let's watch the press conference first. We're going to see how much the tickets cost. But I do think it's going to sell out.
When I came in today, I saw your face just looking around. It's everything so far the last month or so has just been perfect. Everybody's so excited. But this venue, what a place. I mean, one of the best venues I've ever seen in person. We know this city has so much potential as a fight city, but more than that, it's your home.
Right.
and how excited are you to fight in front of your fans and defend your world title on July 13th?
I'm very excited, to be fighting at the Wells Fargo Center. It's the first big fight here, and it's a blessing. I'm glad I'm able to, put on a show, and look good and defend my belt and retain my belt, in a beautiful fashion, knockout fashion, in front of my friends, family, and supporters.
You're a big favourite in this fight. This guy's tough. I know you respect
sure.
him, and he's undefeated, and he's mandatory challenger for a reason. But how much pressure is there on you to put in that performance? You got me running my mouth all the time. You got everybody else, and I'm telling everybody.
It's the Wells Fargo Center where the Philadelphia 76ers play. And it's our main venue, our main inside venue. It's Lincoln Financial Field, where the Eagles play. Citizens Bank Park, where the Phillies play. Both of those are our baseball team. Both of those are outdoor venues, and relatively new, no more than 10 years old, give or take, about 10, 15 years old, give or take. And the Wells Fargo Center is where we have all of our concerts, our big concerts, and the Philadelphia 76ers and the hockey team, the Flyers, play. So that's an older arena. It's not old. I'm going to say what? I'm going to say maybe 25 years old. 24. We're going to look at it. We're going to look at the ticket sales. Let's get through this first. It's not Hulu theater level. What do you mean? Nope. You don't know what you're talking about. Listen, it's not about, let me tell you something. Like, take Boots out of it. I'm telling you that the event's going to do good because it's a Philadelphian event. It's going to do good because of that alone. That alone. Because we don't get fights. And Philly has a very, let's say urban hip hop culture. Like, let me tell you, they're going to turn up. They're going to turn up.
Everybody that you're a star. You have to deliver that star performance on July 13th.
Listen, though, it's really no pressure. I've really been in this game since I was a baby. Like, there's no pressure. None of this stuff is...
Yeah, the arena's old because our arena before that was the Spectrum. And listen, we're going to talk about the arena and look at the tickets. As you can see, we have, about 13 minutes left, and really about 9 minutes before they face off. No, wait, 7 minutes. So let's finish the press conference first. We're going to go look at ticket sales, and we're going to talk about the venue.
All this stuff is normal to me. My brother's been at the top for Ennis and Derek Ennis. They was at the top. I've seen all this stuff before. This is like really me being in my house right now. Like, this is normal. It's natural. And on fight night, man, I can't wait. He got more pressure than me. I'm telling you that now. He got 20,000 fans going against him. That's way more pressure than me. It's like me being on the couch, sitting at home with my feet up, being here.
We know he's accomplished. We know he's a good fighter. But what happens on July the 13th?
July 13th, I know he definitely a good fighter. A tough guy. But it's gonna get nasty on July 13th. I'm saying that now. It's gonna get nasty. I'm gonna put on a beautiful show. I'm gonna look good. And we're gonna do it in a knockout fashion.
I know July 13 is obviously the focus, but beyond that, what is the plans of Gerona Ennis? Unification fights, bringing big fights to the Wells Fargo.
Right. My main focus right now is Cody Crowley, though. That's all my eyes is on. Focus on him right now. But after this, definitely undisputed, for sure. Collect the rest of the belts, then go ahead and move to 54 and do the same thing up there.
And obviously, just a quick word on the ticket sales so far. I mean, listen, I was very, very happy last night. You were a bit more chilled. Maybe you knew it was coming, but
I did.
We started off with.
It's anticipated. By the time I fight in July 13th, it's gonna be a year. So everybody missed me. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm best in this game. I'm most excited in this game, and the fans love to see knockouts. So they gonna come for sure. They're gonna come. They're gonna see me, show out and put on a show and beat him up, break him down, and get that knockout.
Well, before we end, just a final word from everyone on the table. Anthony, you've been absolutely fantastic today. I wish I could have you at every press conference, but July 13th, you back your man to become the new world champion.
Oh, Cody will be walking out a champion on July 13th.
Absolutely not.
He will be walking out the IBF world title champion.
Absolutely not.
That's all I got to say.
Cody, a final word from you as well. Cody, a final word from you.
Weren't you just standing on a chair? to see. But
Cody, a final word from you, everything you've been through, this moment, fighting for the world title in front of 20,000 people in Philadelphia. You're ready. You're ready for this time.
yeah, I can't wait. The second I get to walk out in front of all these people booing me, in front of Jerron looking at me thinking that he's going to walk through me, it's the most beautiful moment of my life where I get to sit and actually show up the highest version of myself and have to walk through that fire. And every decision I've made in my life is going to show on July 13th. So I'm pretty excited for this to happen. I'm pretty excited to become a champion of the world. And I want to thank Jerron Ennis, because this fight, you are setting me free.
Thank you, Cody. Bozy, quick one from you. Just a rally cry to your people, to your city, to come out and support not just your son, but a hell of a fighter on July 13th.
I want to thank everybody for coming out and buying tickets and everything. And I appreciate Cody and his team for taking the fight, like I said. You know what I mean? He's a good fighter. You can't take nothing away from me, you know what I mean? You know, I respect him, you know what I mean?
Boots.
But it's going to be you're going to see something different. See, each time, like Cody can fight, right? You'll see him go to another level. You saw the last fight. He go to another level when somebody is real good, you know what I mean? So he might go to a different level this time too. All depends on what Cody's coming out.
And Boots, 9 weeks to go.
Yep.
Your moment. Again, a quick message to your people for coming out today, for supporting, and just a rally cry. Let's fill this place up July 13th.
No, I want to thank Cody for coming out. For coming out again, you know, it's signing the fight. I appreciate that, but sorry it had to be you. But you know, like I said before, you know, y'all know my slogan. I'm in it out like a robbery, and I can't wait. Make sure y'all tune in July 13th. Don't miss. You know, we're gonna put on that beautiful show. You know, we back on tour, PIAC tour. You know, let's get it. CBJ. Ha.
One more thing. We fight inside and we fight outside. You know what I mean? We know how to do it both ways. You know what I mean? So if you want to fight, we can fight. You want to box, we can box. We can do everything. You know what I mean?
I'm a pretty honest guy, and Dron, you know I'm going to come to fight. So it's going to be an exciting time. I'm going to be right there for you.
Appreciate
and
you, brother.
allow the best man to win.
Yeah,
you know, I'm going to put my
I'm with that too.
I'm going to put my heart down, and I know he's going to do the same thing.
Yes,
and
yes.
That's
We
it.
appreciate you though, man. We really appreciate you.
I would like to say, guys, as well, just it always takes two fighters to make it happen. I promise you, there are not many fighters in the world that want to take on the challenge of Jerron Ennis, and everything that Cody has been through has brought him to this moment. And I want to thank you for coming today. I want to thank you for accepting the fight, and we look forward to seeing you in Philadelphia on Fight Week. Cody Crowley, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, some noise for your champion, the man that will fill this place up on July 13th and bring big-time boxing back to Philadelphia, the reigning IBF welterweight champion of the world from Philadelphia, Jerron Boots Ennis. As I said, guys, the pre-sale, the general sale, incredible. We started off thinking this was going to be 8,000, 10,000. Now we're 10,000, 12,000. Let's fill this place up, spread the word across this great city. We're bringing World Championship Boxing back to Philadelphia, live on DAZN.
I got something else to say.
And Jerron's got one last word to close.
You can get whatever you want. Pause. Excuse my French. July 13th, man. We taking them to the trenches. I got my braids in. I got a Dickie suit on, butters, and a chain, so y'all know how we carry. That's Philly, you hear me?
We're going to pose the guys for a face-off down here. Thanks for coming so much. We'll see you July 13th live on DAZN. Thank you.
One more thing, I want to tell my dad I love you up in heaven, and this one's for you. I love you, Mom.
All right, they're you know how they play music and everything, so we're not going to be able to hear what they say during the face-off. But yeah, the Wells Fargo Center, Allen Iverson played there. That's how old that arena is. I got it pulled up here. It's from '96. It opened in 1996, August the 12th, 1996. It seats 21,000 for basketball, of course, with floor seats. For a boxing event, I'm guessing we could see about what 21,500, give or take. I'm not expecting a sellout. I think it's going to do 15,000 plus. By the way, we haven't had a boxing event down there. I can't remember the last one because normally when we have boxing events, they're on Temple University campus at the Leah Core Center. For example, Tevin Formers fought there, Katie Taylor fought there, Berta Biev versus Volstik was there. Danny Garcia fought Sam Vargas there. But also we have to see who's going to be on the undercard as well. But depending on the ticket prices, they can get a lot of people in there. Now, of course, it's Boots Ennis, Philadelphia guy, and Cody Crowley is a Canadian. Boots Ennis is not as big of a name as Danny Garcia was at that point in time. At this point in time. So I'm interested to see who they're going to have on the undercard. Eddie Hearn is saying already 5,000 tickets or so have been sold. It's going to be on July the 13th on the DAZN streaming app for $27 a month. It's like $26.42. Boots wants Mario Barrios or Stanionis next to unify. For some reason, people keep saying Crawford ducked him. He had a chance to fight Terrence Crawford on BLK Prime, but because of his allegiance and verbal agreement with Showtime, he didn't want to take that fight. I think it was bad business on his end because he would have got a career high payday, and also Showtime ended up having him on a near year layoff. Crawford is on the 154. He's fighting Israel Madrimov on August the 3rd. He wants to fight Sebastian Fundora after that. Sebastian Fundora, they're trying to force Sebastian Fundora to fight Errol Spence. And also Crawford wants Canelo. So Boots and Crawford's not going to be happening no time soon. And if it was to happen, it would happen at 154. In the meantime, Boots Ennis is after being undisputed. At one point in time, about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, Boots Ennis was flirting with 154. And I'm thinking at that point in time, probably because he couldn't get a shot at Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford. But now he's focused on unifying, collecting all the belts. So once again, you have Mario Barrios is the WBC interim champion, and Amanis Stanionis both fought on Canelo Munguia last week. Stanionis is the WBA world champion. Basically, that's the equivalent to the interim. Crawford still has the WBC, WBA, and WBO. They're waiting for him to officially vacate, so therefore Barrios and Stanionis can both be full champions. And Crawford was stripped of the IBF, and that's how Boots was elevated to champion, but yet they didn't strip Errol Spence. Just weird. Long face-off here, rivaling Kambosos Loma, who had a near 4-minute face-off the other day. I wonder how long they're going to stay here. Let's see. All right. I got a couple more seconds. Eddie want to go. He got a flight to catch. Matchroom fly with their own security. They wasn't saying anything, by the way. So yeah, that's it. You know, Cody's not bad. Let's go look at the resume of both fighters. Cody Crowley, 22-0 with 9 KOs, the Southpaw Canadian. Abel Ramos was a solid win for him. Jose Zito Lopez, long in the tooth. Kadrillo Akdukharov. No real names, but these are pretty solid wins. Not great, but solid. By the way, he said his father hung himself and then he became suicidal. And then, as we talked about, some jackass in the crowd told him to hang himself. So somebody need to smack that guy. Open hand. Boots Ennis 31-0 with 28 KOs. Last fight was against Roman Villa. Nice solid win. He didn't look too good against this guy, even though it was a clear win, by the way. But just people just thought like, oh, okay, he don't look that special. But still clear win. Custio Clayton, Tomas Delorme got his shit pushed in a couple of weeks ago by Virgil Ortiz, knocked out in round number 1. He shouldn't have been up at that weight anyway. And then, of course, Booth stopped him in round number 1. And by the way, Delorme is an Uber driver. Sergey Limpinets just had one of the Fight of the Years a couple of nights ago on Pro Box TV, free on YouTube, against Robbie Davis Jr., Chris Van Heerden. So the reason why his resume looks like this, because frankly, nobody's been wanting to fight him. Now, to be very honest, he passes the eye test, but I still haven't seen enough from him. Boots Ennis. I need to see some. I still haven't seen enough from him because the guys he's been beaten, he was supposed to beat. But I need to see more. That's just me. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying I need to see more. I need to see more. But that is impressive, though. 31-0 with 28 KOs. Oh, yeah, Delorme. Oh, yeah, I'll show you. Delorme. We're going to look at the tickets next. Yeah, I'll show you. I'm going to show you Delorme. Look. Hold on. Tomas Delorme. He was doing it years ago. I don't know if he's still doing it, though. But, yeah, his ass was driving fucking Uber. Imagine getting in the Uber and you're like, what the fuck? Tomas Delorme, that you? Delorme not making money with TMT starts driving Uber. Can you imagine? I'm like, yo, bro, look, he happy as shit too. Look at him, smiling his ass off. I'm guessing that's probably what happened. Somebody probably was in the Uber, and they probably was like, yo, you look familiar. And he turned around and smiled at you like that. And you're like, oh, shit, Tomas Delorme. What the fuck, man? But yeah, my man, so that's why, fucking driving Uber. But since then, I'm hoping he's made enough money since then, because since he's been driving that Uber, he's been getting beat up. He lost to your Dennis Ugas. Jesse Vargas was a draw. Lost to Jamal James. Lost to Stanionis. Lost to Boots Ennis. Lost to, Jesus, Delorme. 2017, he was in there driving that Uber. 2017, and ever since 2017, been all downhill. So let's go look at these Boots Ennis tickets. Let's see here. Let's see how much these tickets are. And we'll go look at all right, here we go. Let's go see what these tickets looking like. I want just one ticket. How much does it cost to get into the building? Let's see. Where them tickets at? I want just one ticket, a lonely ass ticket. Now, Floyd cleaned up that situation. The rumor was that somebody from Floyd's entourage had stole some expensive piece of jewelry, and the authorities blamed Floyd and was like, yo, pay for this jewelry. That's the rumor. But knowing Floyd, he probably owed some money. But they kept his ass over in Dubai, held his ass hostage. He's back now. Please adjust your search. The seating options you selected. All right, give me just one ticket. All right, so to get in the building is $55. I want to see the map. Why can't I see the map? So to get in the building is $55. The best seats in the house. Let's see here. Y'all go on the boot. It's $500. You can't beat that. For real. Going, $500 to get in the building. Let me see if I can find the ticket map, so we can see where these damn tickets are. Boots Ennis versus Crowley tickets. All right, let's see. I think Ticketmaster shows you, yeah, and that's why I think they're going to sell that joint out. There's going to be a party up in there. Come on, Ticketmaster, stop being a whore. Open up. Let me in there. How come they won't show the ticket? They're showing this. They're not showing the arena map. I want to see the ticket map. That's trash. Why can't I see my seats? Yeah, floor seats for $500. I want to see the seats. Oh, here we are, Vivid Seats. I think they showed a ticket map. Seating chart coming soon. Oh, it's too early. It's too early for the seating chart. All right, we'll be paying attention to this. By the way, I'm going to be at this fight. It'll be, oh, here we go. We got some shit right here. Let's see. No, I don't want your cookies. Reject. Get your cookies away from me. I'm gonna die. All right, so let me see. Here's the ring. You got tickets here. Oh, we gotta wait for them the real ticket map to open up. So I'm guessing, see, here's the thing. It all also depends on how many tickets are going to be available too. Because what'll happen is they'll say, all right, you know what? All tickets are sold out, but it'll only be these tickets available. You see what I'm saying? And all this shit up here will be curtained off. That's what they do. So they'll say it's sold out, but they'll only make something like 12,000 tickets available. So we have to wait some time, a few weeks before we can get a real gist of how these tickets are going to be selling. Because this shit will probably be all curtained off. And it's going to be hard for me to believe, I mean, if he can do this, if he can get all this filled, get 22,000 up in there, that's going to be major. But I have doubts of that. I think he could do 15. I think he might be able to do 15. I think. But the tickets are not that expensive. But with that being said, we got to go into the next topic because I'm not going to spend too long on this. But what's this infatuation? What's this love for Ryan Garcia that people have? And I'm going to do a longer video on this probably on Sunday. But the guy cheated. The guy cheated. I mean, no, I'm not going to say he cheated. Let me say this. He failed the drug test. He still has not cleared his name for the Osterine. And yet, you have people defending him like, you know, like, I get it. Okay, boxing can be a dirty sport. But Ryan Garcia is not that important, in my opinion, for all these parties to jeopardize themselves to taint his drug testing. Not to mention, it's well known that Ryan Garcia is an alcoholic right now. And he's been exposed for several falsehoods. For example, the pay-per-view is said to have done around 500,000 or so. It's pay-per-view with Devin Haney. It's been exposed that he really didn't bet on himself and make all of that money. He didn't make weight. His credibility is how can I say, not the best right now. And yet people are running with everything that he said. This man is acting like he doesn't know how drug testing works. Of all the drug testing he's taken throughout his career, he wants to tell you or us that, you know, well, why did they allow him to fight and all that bullshit, just misinformation. Saying that Victor Conte runs VADA, just saying anything. is blowing my mind. He has not cleared himself. He's offered so many different reasons on why the shit is in his blood. Not to mention he's been caught doing an IV. So I'll break it down to you. I'm not a fucking doctor, but what's been going on is, what I've learned is, and you can go find his information for yourself, is you have a higher chance of failing a drug test, a PED test, when you're cutting weight. Because the fat, I'm going to break it down in layman's terms, the fat masks the PEDs. So him being a drunk, not really being as focused and everything, my personal opinion, this is where my opinion comes in, something happened with his cycle, where he was cycling off. Something happened, he didn't do something right, and when he went to take that drug test, as he's cutting weight the day before and the day of the fight, the shit's like, oh, there it is. It's in your system. Because there was no more fat, it was not enough fat to hide it. So he said his ashwagandha was tainted. He said it was the New York State Athletic Commission against him. He said it was Victor Conte because he runs VADA. He hasn't given any credible reason. We got until May the 22nd before we get the results for the B sample. But as it stands right now, he is facing a suspension, a lengthy one. And as it stands right now, it's looking like, how did it get in the system? And it's not just this small amount as he's saying that it is. He's just blurting misinformation. And the problem is, let me tell you what the biggest problem is with it is, he has a lot of casual fans. He gained a lot of far right wing, far right casual fans that don't know nothing about boxing, that haven't, seen, as we have, fighter after fighter failed drug tests, from Dylan White to Robert Helenius, all that, so he's telling them stuff and they're on Twitter just running with it, and it's frustrating, and a lot of his fans are kids as well. So he can tell them anything and they're going to believe him. They're going to believe, oh, it's the cabal. They're after Ryan Garcia because he was talking about the Bohemian Grove. Oh, he took a picture with Trump. It's the corporate elites. Them motherfucking, especially, listen, it's taboo to talk about, but the Jews don't give a fuck about Ryan Garcia. They got too much shit going on to be tainting Ryan Garcia's piss after a fight in the lab. Like, it doesn't make sense. So that's why I haven't been arguing with them. I haven't been doing video after video every day because it's a money grab. That's like the Wilder glove gate. People are like, oh, we got something to talk about in boxing. Let's ride with Ryan Garcia. If we say he's innocent, we're going to get more views because his fans are going to be, nah, it's a scam. It's another YouTuber social media money grab. Victor Conte, he's not the most credible individual when it comes to, actually, I believe he is when it comes to the science of the PEDs, but he does have a shady past, but it is in no way, shape, or form. And all he's doing is a bunch of deflection. A bunch of deflection. A bunch of deflection. It doesn't make sense. Y'all think because he took a picture with Donald Trump that they was like, we got to get him good. Let's get Ryan Garcia. Let's taint his piss. Let's taint his blood. It's hard for me to believe. And I can see, put it this way, it would be easier for me to believe if he wasn't having all this erratic behavior. The drinking, the missing weight, just erratic behavior. I would be like, okay, all right, you know what? Something got tainted somewhere. And then all the different lies and misinformation he's been on social media. I think he's going through a mental health crisis. And then when he gets suspended, and it's looking like it may happen, unless I'm not saying as it stands right now, we're waiting for the results. But if he gets suspended, he needs to have his family and his friends close around because he's not going to be able to fight. And when it comes to boxing people, boxing media, boxing hardcore fans, they're like, yo, you failed the drug test. It's only the outside people who are like, oh, it was tainted. But one thing for sure is he's been doing a hell of a good job convincing people. A hell of a good job convincing people. A hell of a good job. Here's the thing, and that's what pisses me off. When people say, well, everybody cheats. What the fuck does that mean? He got caught. Okay, so what if everybody does cheat? He's the one who got caught. He's the one who got caught. He's the one who got caught. He's got to prove how it got in the system and why, and a conspiracy theory ain't gonna cut it. It ain't gonna cut it. So, you know, everybody can be juicing, but he got caught. Bottom line, he got caught. So my theory is that he was cutting weight, couldn't cut weight, not whatever he took, if he took it, he couldn't get it out of his system because he drinking, partying, and all kind of stuff like that. You know, from my understanding, when you're juicing, using PDs and not trying to get caught, you have to have a very thorough system. A very thorough system. You can't make no mistakes, because what happens is anything you put in your body can affect the steroids, can affect your cycling off, can affect your drug testing. He drinking, smoking weed, doing all kind of whatever, not making weight, boom, pops dirty. Couldn't flush it out of his system right. I don't think he's a sociopath, but that's not me to be diagnosing people. I think that he has a raging alcohol problem. He's already talked about it. His father did a very heartfelt interview with Fight Hype about a couple of days after the fight. He's got a serious alcohol issue. Why would he have to start using for Haney? It's not about using. It's about cutting weight. It's not about using. Like, people use things to cut weight. Like, I'm not talking about to have extra power to cut weight. Because for one, he lost $600,000. He lost $600,000. You've heard of many fighters, from Oscar Valdez, popping for stuff to cut weight. Not to have, like, you know, and that's the dumb shit he's been saying. Like, well, then I would have more power, right? I would have been knocked him out, right? No, he knows better. So what really was a red flag for me was when he was trying to act like he didn't know how drug testing works. Well, then, why would it pop up? Why would it not pop up before? He was saying like some dumb shit that raised antennas. I'm looking like, yo, bro, you've taken many drug tests throughout your whole career. May not have been vital, but throughout your whole career. That's my opinion. I'm going to leave that alone because I got to get up out of here. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm TstreeT.